Part 3 Global Economic Security and Reformation Act, GESARA. RV Currency Reset, Immaculate Conception, Christ Jesus, 18th May, 2019. Saint Germain. In the event that this discourse is read separately from the other discourses in this series, it is attached herein, which I have expressly given instruction to do. Read Part 2, should you wish clarity on this instruction. More than this, I have chosen this discourse to be given this day, 18th May 2019, being the Wesak full moon for the celebrations of the cosmic Christ love of Jesus and Buddha. So let us clearly state that this transmission, although given to the I Am students on 10th July 1950, it is as relevant today as it was back then. But today is another day for the perfection and the cosmic synthesis that is the law of the I Am presence and human consciousness of today. Invocation. I am the immortal power of mastery of cosmic Christ love in, through, and all around me. In all my affairs, I am compels freedom to manifest in all I encounter. I am the cosmic Christ presence that is the only authority and all-pervading truth of God's life, wherever I am is called, in divine service to all earth and universal life, in accordance to God's divine will. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the open door that no man can shut. I am the truth, the light, and the way. The I Am Discourses by Godfrey Ray King. I Am Activity of the Saint Germain Foundation, Volume 17, Discourse 1 of 25, July 10th, 1950. Chicago, Illinois. Jesus the Christ, beloved of the light, let us enter in tonight, deeper and deeper, into the true understanding and the feeling world of all that the cosmic Christ means to you. When I say the cosmic Christ, I mean that mighty presence of the I Am in the physical sun and the great central sun, and in those great beings who minister to this whole system of worlds. I want you to feel, when you call forth the immortal mastery of the cosmic Christ into your outer activities by the command of that mighty I Am presence in the great central sun, you have taken a step that is of cosmic importance to the planet. I want you to feel tonight and know the cosmic power that stands ready to move into outer action, that which must come in order to cleanse the earth and set mankind free. Heretofore, when you have called the Christ power into your outer action, that has been largely the release from your own higher mental bodies and those of the rest of mankind or of the assisting master. But when you demand the immortal mastery of the cosmic Christ into outer action in the affairs of men, there will come the answer to your calls. There is never a sincere constructive call that has ever come to the octaves of light that has not had immediately the response to that call. No one has ever risen to our octave that hasn't immediately the response sent forth. And if mankind did not receive it, it was because of discord in their own world when they would not let it in. But the reply, the response from our octave has never failed to come, never, and never will. The great presence of life, through many ages, has constantly reminded the outer self, "Call unto me, and I will answer thee." And every honest, sincere, constructive call that has ever come from individuals in this world to our octave has had the answer returned on that instant. But because the chaos has been so great sometimes, or the defiance, or the rebellion, or the depression has been so intense in the individual's feeling, the answer has had to stand aside and wait until the outer self was quiet and harmonious long enough to let in the blessing and the reply to the call. So, beloved ones, when there seems obstruction in your outer world and affairs, command the outer self to be quiet, to be still, and then demand it purified. And then ask. After you have used the violet-consuming flame, ask then for the God illumination and the God solution of that which seems to be the problem of the moment. Or ask for the divine plan's manifestation in the fulfillment of what is required. We have not forgotten mankind, and just because the chaotic selfishness of the outer feeling world of mankind has created problems, which it has fastened to the individual in unguarded moments, does not mean that we have lost any of our power, nor that we are not connected through into the physical octave, when the outer self will be still enough to let us give the gift that is the response to the call. Through century upon century has a great presence of life constantly reminded mankind in the outer self that the cosmic law of perfection and authority is the law of love, and it will never be anything else. You may try to push it aside, you may rebel and refuse, you may resent and weep all you please, but the law ever abides in this eternal command that love is the giver and the gift and the ruler of all. That great mighty presence of the mighty I Am in the great central sun has given its life into all outer manifestation, which you call the universe. It continually gives you its love with every heartbeat, for your life is the extension of its flame of love. And your life is the only way and means by which you can do anything in the physical octave. And if you choose to fulfill the great divine plan of the immortal love of cosmic Christ power and action, then it shall be so in outer physical manifestation. But if you decide to do just your own will, and that is not always the fulfillment of the divine plan, well, how could love produce perfection for you? Command the outer self to be contented to fulfill the great divine plan of cosmic Christ love, and see for itself whether happiness abides therein. Love alone, as a great authority of the whole universe, does not change its law for the individual who refuses to let it through. And that great love that creates whole systems of worlds is certainly powerful enough to change a few problems or conditions in some of mankind. It could change the problems and condition of the whole world if mankind really wanted it. But mankind does not want the law of love to change conditions. Mankind are so determined to have their own way by force that they have denied the authority of love, and that is very unwise. Tonight, I bring you its peace, and I say to you, I bring you its power. When you begin to demand your mortal mastery of that great cosmic Christ love of all creation to rule your world and to rule the feelings inside of you, and you stand steady until you feel its authority and power, then you will understand what I mean tonight. Consciously and at will must this power be called into outer action, and the outer self must consciously and of its own free will stand aside, and let love from our octave be the authority in the affairs of men. Until the outer self, of its own free will, loves to give everything to that presence, and loves to step aside and let that cosmic Christ love command situations that mankind cannot handle, until mankind loves to do that, they will still remain in their chains and their problems and their limitations. It is not necessary, but our love, through long centuries, has had to stand and wait, when we could have, in one wave of our hands and in a flash of love from our hearts, could have filled the beings and the worlds of many people with that which is eternal happiness and mastery. It doesn't take but a moment, precious ones, for love to come into your feelings from our octave, if you let us in. But you must let us in. We do not intrude our love. That would not be wisdom, or it would have been done long ago. If the cosmic law were such that we could have, by force, stood mankind's hatred aside and made them the victory of our love, dear hearts, long centuries ago would the great cosmic beings have done that to prevent suffering and limitation to God's great flame of life. But now that you are entering through the door of this great love, of which I speak of tonight, I come in the peace of its heart to bring you the release in your outer affairs of the cosmic power of cosmic Christ love. Charge yourselves with its power. You cannot possibly do any damage. How could the cosmic Christ love that contains within it the wisdom of the central sun, and that sustains the whole world, how could its power produce anything in your being and world but perfection? And were you to charge yourselves with the immortal power of cosmic Christ love, you could never again make a mistake, precious ones. You couldn't make a mistake. If the power of that love, which holds balance and purity and perfection everywhere in this whole system of worlds, why wouldn't it hold the same perfection in you and your world? From tonight, will you make your world the immortal power of cosmic Christ love, and see for yourselves the happiness and the truth in the words I speak? Demand that your world from tonight be the only power of cosmic Christ love, and let us see what happens to your problems. Let us see what happens to the health of the body. Let us see what happens to your business affairs and to your associations with your fellow man when you begin to feel the great immortal power of cosmic Christ love. Then will the light burst within you. Then will you know what the power of mastery means to life and to those in the physical octave who are around you. You may become the son of your world when you choose to call this power into outer action in its cosmic Christ victorious authority in this world. This power must come into the physical octave if mankind is going to seize their encroaching discord, that viciousness that is opposed to perfection of life. But tonight, you, my beloved ones, who belong to the mighty Saint Germain, you can be clothed in mighty power of cosmic Christ love. And then if you choose to fulfill that great divine plan in outer physical action, you won't have problems. Your problems are only little places where this love has not yet grown as a permanent plant in your world, a permanent blessing and a reservoir of power that is always ready to serve you, that always produces perfection, that always dissolves every problem and always leaves you at peace in the happiness of its eternal perfection. That love, on an instant, my dear ones, can still pain. That love can instantly purify the flesh structure. It can instantly purify the atmosphere in which you move. It is the sustaining power of systems of worlds. Why would it not sustain you? You have never quite charged yourself, my loved ones, with its great, masterful power of cosmic Christ love. You have called love into outer action, and thank God you have. But I say to you tonight, call the immortal power of mastery of cosmic Christ love into yourselves and into your affairs, and compel freedom to manifest and be yours wherever you choose to go. The cosmic Christ love contains more energy than all mankind and all earth put together. Therefore, when you call the immortal power of its great mastery in and around yourselves, and you demand your world to be the victorious presence of cosmic Christ love in its immortal freedom to life, then so shall it be established unto you. Thank you, precious ones. Please be seated. Mastery, my dear ones, is the eternal perfect use of power and wisdom and love. And the great cosmic Christ love of which I speak is the eternal balance of those three activities. So when you call forth the great immortal mastery of all in this world by that immortal power of cosmic Christ love, then your struggle is over. You do not go on then from day to day in increasing discord. When the power surges at your call, the love goes into action. Cosmic Christ love of such intensity as to give life to whole systems of worlds comes to your assistance then, and goes into outer action, producing perfection for you. And that is what I am offering you tonight as I turn your attention to it and ask you to remember to use its power. Now, you were told by the beloved Saint Germain that energy becomes power through use. And in your daily activities, you have been using the energy of your presence, your own life. And you have been using the so-called mechanic energy of the world around you to do the things you desire to do. But when you call forth the immortal power of cosmic Christ love, that means that you use the energy of love that has created and manifested this system of worlds. And that is vastly greater energy and vastly greater power of love than anything you have ever known up to this moment. I say you have but to call it into outer action, and its manifesting presence will be there at your call. And in healing or controlling certain conditions in the physical world, were you to call forth immortal mastery, purity of cosmic Christ love and power, and demand that power surge there, the eternal purity of that love of the cosmic Christ, then the healing flames takes command and possesses all within itself. You have been using so-called outer world power, and the outer world has used it. And yet all the energy put together of the outer world is not compared to the cosmic Christ love. So, when you call the power of cosmic Christ love, the immortal power and immortal purity of cosmic Christ love into everything you do, into your problems, to dissolve them into love, you will find love is your endless, ever-expanding supply of everything, including your money, if that is what is required. This love of the cosmic Christ contains all you will ever require in all eternity. And what is that love of the cosmic Christ? It is your own beloved I am presence, that I am presence of our physical sun and the great central sun, and the higher mental bodies of all mankind. And do you think down here there is as much energy in the physical octave as there is in all the beings that govern this system? I want you to understand tonight something of what the cosmic Christ love means to the earth. And I want you to try to use its immortal power. And what could possibly be produced but perfection from that eternal God power of immortal love? Do you not see that is what is required in the physical octave to offset the energy that is discordantly qualified? When you acknowledge your oneness with your presence and this immortal power of cosmic Christ love, then you will see in outer manifestation the fulfillment of those words, "One with God is a majority." So I leave you to try this out, and of your own free will, begin to charge it into your world and to demand that your world now ascends, arises and enters into the world of cosmic Christ love, and its immortal power clothes you with the victory and the mastery that you desire over all in this world. There is only one thing that could ever bring that mastery or that victory, and it is the cosmic Christ love of which I speak, which is the actual life of the higher mental bodies of mankind and of the physical sun and the great central sun. The immortal power of cosmic Christ love is the actual life flame from the life streams of all mankind and the physical sun and the great central sun which sustains life in this system of worlds. So, you're actually calling life, the eternal perfection of life and its immortal power of that perfection, into your problems, into yourselves, into the conditions of the physical octave that seem distressing. When this power surges, perfection comes in to take possession and handle that which unascended beings cannot handle. So as you charge your beings and worlds and those of your loved ones with the immortal power of the cosmic Christ, I, as the director of that power of the cosmic Christ, will see to it the power flows at your direction and answers your call to correct conditions wherever you desire it brought forth in the physical world. In the capacity which I serve life from my great temple of the cosmic Christ, it is my joy and my service to life to draw this power without reservation and direct it in and around you, if you desire it, and to send it forth wherever you call it into action, and there correct conditions harmoniously and permanently, that perfection may take its dominion at your command, and your limitations be now dissolved forever. In the power of that cosmic Christ love of which the flame of my life, in my heart, is a part, and is the director, I clothe you tonight in the mantle of its blazing presence, and I am determined that you shall feel the charge of power and know within yourselves what cosmic Christ love means to life. Therefore you may go forward clothed with its victorious presence and feeling its master control over the things of the physical world that have sought to limit you, but now shall snap their bonds. And you shall go forward and feel and know and see and be the victorious presence and power of cosmic Christ love from tonight. Beloved ones, while you're standing, let me say one more thing. Great are the powers and gifts of life. Great is the forgiveness and mercy and divine compassion of life. But love, that cosmic Christ love, is the greatest of all. And its immortal power of eternal mastery I call to clothe you and lift you above every struggle in the outer world as you remember this tonight. Then, as we go forward in the production of the picture, will you, as the vanguard of that power to the rest of mankind, blaze the light that leads the way, and you become the hope of the world to those who are seeking a way out of the darkness and have not found it. May the fullness of all my heart wants to do for all of you be brought now into outer fulfillment in you and through you, as I give you this love tonight and make you feel the immortal power of its mastery, until its victory blazes its sun presence around you wherever you go, and you go forward the joy of eternal perfection. The immortal power of the cosmic Christ love to this system of worlds stands now about you to take you forward to victory, to hold you insulated in its harmony, and to open the floodgates of its bounty into your use and direction in the fulfillment and manifestation in the outer and the great divine plan of perfection. May you enjoy it with such intensity you can never forget it again in all eternity. I bid adieu in the glory of its presence and its love forever. I bid you adieu, but not goodbye. Again we shall meet, and each time the power shall surge, and you become its victorious, masterful presence in the physical world to render that service which fulfills the great divine plan until you come to us in our octave of eternal service to life. Thank you so much. Benediction. Out of thy pure presence, we receive now and forever thy strength, thy wisdom, thy understanding application of thy great and marvelous laws, that we may produce and maintain thy perfection in each life, mind, body, home, and world.